I'm Al Lasso from Las Vegas. And when we saw originally this condo, we looked at it and it really wasn't up to par. It had not been redone probably in 30 years. The view was unbelievable and that really caught our eye. But if we're going to buy this, it's going to need a complete gut job from floor to ceiling because it just needed that type of work done. The building was built in the 70s, so there was a lot that had to be done.
And I'm Doreen Lasso. I'm Al's wife. We actually live in Las Vegas. So, this was going to be a vacation home for us and for our family. And we were out looking around and I walked in the door of this unit and I didn't even go into the bedrooms or anything. I saw it and I thought, no way, this is way too much work. The only thing that I did like was the view, the beautiful view that there is. That was the only thing I liked. Walked out and honestly didn't think I would even consider this unit because it was going to be too much work. And the fact that we are so far away, that's a very hard, project to embark on, doing a total gut job on something from such a far distance.
Well, what made us choose Big Bear Construction for our renovation was the fact that the HOA manager who runs the buildings told us about Big Bear and told us about how reliable they were, how they would come if there were any problems, they'd be here on the spot. And so there were some other people who had used Big Bear, and we saw Marco's work. Marco runs the company, and it was unbelievable, the job they did. Yeah. And they had nothing but good things to say about Big Bear Construction. Yeah. That's very important to me, that that the referrals from other clients, previous customers, because they deal with them all the time.
Plus he had done, knowing that he had done work in our building, he was familiar with what was behind our walls. And, we felt like he wasn't probably going to be surprised. He pretty much knew the building. Actually, after we met Marco personally and met him, he was very likable. He seemed very honest. I just immediately felt comfortable with taking on this type of a project. Once we had purchased it, we decided to come out here and meet with him. And we did. We spent, the day with him, and he was, he seemed experienced, knowledgeable. He knew what was going on in this area, which we were fully unfamiliar with anything around here. He seemed to know everything. He took us around. We didn't have a lot of time because we were flying in and out, just basically to, make some decisions what to do with this place. He had a lot of advice and suggestions as to what to do. And then he took us to look at, our cabinetry and, to get some ideas or whatever. I just felt comfortable. We actually had our children with us as well. And everybody really, really liked him. We had lunch with him and it was he was just very likable and warm guy, but seemed like he knew what he was doing. I actually never wavered in him. He assured us that, he would work closely with us, keep us up to date on everything that was going on. And any questions or changes or anything like that, he would, talk to us about and work with us. And he did. Honestly, I have no complaints.
No.
Well, we live in Vegas. So obviously a dream for us was to have a beach house. I wanted everything beachy as I could be. I wanted a warm coastal vibe to something without being cheesy. I wanted it to be, kind of coastal, open, airy, the views, a real focus on opening things as much as possible so that the view really stood out.
Yeah. The water, very important to us, being that we live in the desert now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we live in a desert. So, we were excited to have a beach home, actually.
We kind of have an idea what we want to do because we've rented in so many condos in the past. And we kind of said, you know what, this is something that we could make ours and turn it into a modern condominium without losing some of its original flavor, if you will.
It was a complete remodel. There's literally nothing left other than one lamp that I saved from the previous owner that I decided to keep as just a little memento for the unit. Other than that, there is nothing in here. We replaced the floors, the ceilings, the walls, the bathroom. We
Fixtures.
opened up the kitchen, took down a wall, moved a wall. We did a full remodel of everything.
Soup to nuts.
We added a fireplace. It's a literal unrecognizable from what it was before.
But Marco was good about showing us kind of, okay, this is where this is going to go. He kind of led us on every step along the way.
And let us with suggestions too.
We had been dreaming of a beach house forever, a shore house forever. And we had an idea in our minds all these years, what we would like to do with it, what we would like to put in it. So we kind of knew going in from all these years of what we would like a shore house to look like, what we wanted ours to look like. And we from traveling, we took all those ideas, kind of put them together, and we used them all in this condo.
Welcome to our beach house.
Yes, yeah.
This is our beautiful condo, and we're so very proud of it, actually. If you had seen it before, it is unrecognizable. As you come into our door, you're welcomed by our beautiful bar, which was all custom done. The cabinets were custom made. They're also closed.
Big Bear did all of that.
Did all of that.
In fact, that was a closet before.
Yes, it was a closet with actually some equipment in here. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it had venting and all of that. And he rerouted everything to give us this beautiful bar with the underlighting and dimmers for everything. This all dims and goes, and we get a ton of compliments out of this and a lot of use as well.
A lot of use, yes.
Yes. And then as you come in here, we have our kitchen, which has now been opened up. This was an enclosed kitchen with the wall, and there was a refrigerator here. Marco has opened up everything that was able to be opened up. These, because it is a condo, are piping that run through the building. So these spaces were not able to be opened, but he suggested like placing the sink right in the middle of the opening so you can see the television and stuff, which was another great idea, and moving the refrigerator and everything off this side and put it all onto this side. Again, all of our cabinets were custom made by him, all soft close and underlighting on everything. We extended the kitchen. It ended here and it had venting that went all around like this piece here. And he was able to remove all of the venting to raise our ceilings and give us a much higher, larger feel to the room and the view and to our view outside. He
Make it feel roomier.
Yes.
Yeah.
He suggested extending the kitchen and because we had no pantry in this kitchen prior. So he suggested extending the kitchen out here and giving us a pantry area and as well a breakfast bar here, which gets a lot of use as well, which is really great. And this is our living room, which we had Marco do a frame TV. So all of the equipment is in the wall behind this television, which can come out and move.
Nice and sleek.
So it's sleek and streamlined and nothing pushing into the room, as well as put a fireplace in here.
Sorry, say that again.
Which is beautiful.
And we put a fireplace in.
Yes. And again, extended the shiplap to kind of tie the whole room together. So this room ended right about here. And so now we extended the room by this much, which gives a much larger feel to the main living area that you use the most.
It's amazing too, because you wouldn't think 3 feet would matter. Makes a world of difference. It just makes it feel so much roomier, especially if you're in other units where it just, I don't know why.
When you
it's
go
amazing.
in and compare it to other units, you really notice the difference. And one of the first things that people notice too when they come in is, why does this room feel so large?
They just feel it. You can just feel
Yeah.
it. So very happy with that.
Yes. And this was a bit of work for him because again, they had to drill into the concrete to move the electric off of this wall.
Right.
It wasn't just as simply as moving a wall 3 feet. There was a closet on the other side of this door here that I had him turn and put in. So we didn't have all these doors. There was a bunch of doors banging into each other, like right in this area. You had the bedroom door, you had a linen closet door, you had a closet door. So he streamlined all of that and put it all like into the closet. So the linen is now into the closet. This is the master bedroom. And he suggested these beautiful barn doors,
yeah.
which gives us a really nice modern feel to the place. And
it also saves on space because they're right up against the wall, where a door you'd have to open or close. A pocket door wouldn't work, so these worked great.
along with our closet as well.
Yes.
The closet, we did not, because we did have this door issue, there was 3 doors actually right here. Marco suggested doing pocket doors
Right.
to allow us to not have all these doors running into each other any longer.
Yep.
And again, he dropped all of our ceilings just enough to be able to put in modern high hat lighting and give it an updated feel. And then you can come into our bathroom here. This is the master bathroom. This is the beautiful tile I was saying that Marco helps us select along with the flooring and everything. This actually was a very narrow hallway that had a sink here and a sink here, and then like a door here for the toilet and and a tub and shower. And he removed all of these walls, and we just did a double sink on one side and leaving this beautiful, big, open feel in this room, in the shower. Again, I get so many compliments on this shower, and even all the hardware Marco also suggested to us. And then we have...
Should I show you? This is always fun for me because I love pushing buttons and not having to wind down the shades. And then I just push this button and all the shades go down, and we can keep the sunlight out or the lights from getting onto the beach. And it's just, I just love it. And Marco suggested who to use for this, and also the fact that we can hide the tracks up in the ceilings. So that worked out really well.
And they're quiet and really...
Very quiet, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can do each individual one. You can do them all at the same time. It's fun.
And then down here is our guest bathroom. And so in here, this was the sum and substance of this entire bathroom. This was a tub with a curtain rod and all. And there was a door here. There was a door here and a door here. You had, again, all these doors in a very tight space. So what he did is he added a pocket door here. So we have a pocket door, therefore not having to have all these doors in a small area. And then if you come in here, the light's on, you come in here.
Wide opened it up.
Yes, and we took the tub out and we did a nice big walk-in shower. And then as you come in here, it used to be a door for a closet on this side and a closet on this side. And he suggested putting in this vanity area and just only using the one closet, as it is a beach home for us. So didn't necessarily need all these closets.
I think our kids actually were like, we need somewhere to get ready.
More space.
And what can we do it here? Because there's nowhere for us to get ready. And so we were using that suggestion with Marco, and we all came up with this idea to make this area a little sitting area for the girls.
Yeah, a vanity area. And also, I love this idea. This originally was going to be a wall, and he suggested just making it a half wall so that it again, creates a larger look in the room. And I really did love that about it. And so this is our vanity, and we have beautiful closets. He did do all custom closets within our closets. So everything is built out in here as well. And then this is our guest room, which has an entrance from here or from the hallway. And here he had lowered the ceilings. All of our walls have been opened and painted, and baseboards and everything is new. Our doors inside, absolutely everything.
The lamp.
This is our one thing I did keep from the previous owner, because when we did have when we first came into the place, it was full of all the furniture and everything. And
we wanted to pay
Marco actually removed everything for us. We didn't even have to
got rid of everything.
He was able to get everything out of here for us. I did keep one memento from the previous owner.
Wanted to pay some homage, an
which was
homage to the original owners.
Yeah.
And so we keep that for them. Yeah, because they deserve that. Yeah.
It was their home for many years.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming and visiting with us at our condo.
We hope you love it as much as we do.